This is Stubtown. Welcome to Alien Covenant. Yeah! What's up? I'm Ash.
I'm Katie.
Nick.
All right, let's get to it. So, spoiler-free section. I like to start with some kind of rough summary. Essentially, what happened, the ship was flying through space, piloted by the android. And it's like a colonial ship. And so, what happens is they sort of are diverted from the original track and they run into some kind of distress signal. It's like classic Aliens. And then they respond to the distress signal at this planet that's habitable that they didn't see before. And they choose that rather than their original destination, which is it's much further away. But then, of course, once they hit the planet, that's when all the chaos ensues. And we get the sort of the connection between this one and Prometheus and how they relate together. Yeah, that's enough for the spoiler-free summary, because I can't get too much into it without ruining it for you who haven't seen it yet. So I've seen every single Alien movie at least twice, and I will not be seeing this again.
And you like the Alien series?
I love it.
Okay.
It was amazing, and what they created was something that had never been really seen before. Maybe suggested in early sci-fi texts, but never really brought into full fruition. And so it was like this gross birth of a beautiful creature that they just, turned into this pop culture icon that's now like the pop culture boogie creature, rather than this sort of profound scientific / metaphor for biology and machines, like the difference between that.
I'm curious why you say that in terms of like, was it just that the Alien series has been done to death at this point, or was there a specific element that you thought was really lacking? Was it what about it made it the unequivocal worst of the series?
Yeah, without
The worst of the
spoiling
series?
it. Well, what did you think
yeah.
of Prometheus too? Did you think that?
I actually enjoyed Prometheus. Prometheus had like a solid vibe to it.
Okay.
They had a clear aesthetic that they were going for and stuck to, and like you got to know some of the characters and sort of connect with them and relate to them in some way.
Without spoiling anything, what was the biggest downfall?
The biggest flaw, I would say, they did the alien creatures themselves very well.
I would agree.
But it's sort of like, I've never seen so much beauty introduced so poorly.
That's a good way
Like
of putting it.
it had a lot of potential, and there were beautiful moments, but it's like I was not prepared, or this was not built up. Suddenly we're in this beautiful area, this like ancient civilization, and then like, because I'm getting into too many spoilers, but
It felt very forced to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't really, like a well-told story. It was just kind of like,
that's a good way to
moments
put it.
of,
The way they told the story was weak.
Yeah.
It was very weak.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely tell it was ambitious of Ridley Scott, but I mean, there were definitely elements of like Blade Runner. You could see the sort of correlation.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, but.
And he's actually working with them on the new Blade Runner, funnily enough. So.
Yes.
Interesting.
But I think he wanted to do too many things, and it fell short in terms of being able to do any of them.
Yeah, it definitely has those vibes. I'm going to speak to Danny McBride, because in this film, I finally came to the realization of how much pull an actor can have on a film. And Danny McBride, being himself, being the star figure that he is, brought to this film, this movie, things that shouldn't be an Alien, like calling a crew member sugar tits, and how they try to react. Like, I could tell that was improvised, and they sort of played with it, but it was just, for a high concept sci-fi like this, you can't have someone calling a captain or a crew member sugar tits.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Yeah, without
that threw me off, like, so much.
Well, without giving anything away, really, like, the whole premise was, like, they were all kind of, like, couples, too, on this ship. The core member of people, they all, like, had
the
a
crew.
significant other. Yeah, so that was interesting. Yeah, that was kind of a weird dynamic. I'll get more into Danny McBride later, but I would agree with your comments on that. Definitely one of the reasons I didn't want to go see it in the first place was because he was in it, and I thought that was very unusual. But, yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know. More on that later, but.
Yeah, what you just brought up though, that dynamic they trying to go for with the crew being couples, I didn't get that until like halfway through. I was like,
it wasn't even.
Oh, so
clear.
the crew is like they're trying to get to the ship or to the planet where they're going to terraform and colonize, but then the crew turns into fellow inhabitants, so they have to have the couples.
Yeah.
I didn't get that right off the bat. Like, there weren't, like, intimate moments between crew members.
No.
And there was, like, one person freaking out about one dude. Spoiler. But, like, there was no explanation as why she was freaking out.
Yeah,
like, it was
you're
like,
right. It was
this could be a brother. This could be some kind of family member.
Yeah.
This could be anybody that you care about.
I don't think you
Not
would have
necessarily like,
gotten,
they're in a relationship.
they're a couple. Yeah, I don't think you would have gotten that either. Yeah, that's another reason that you could point out that the dialogue wasn't as good, because it was like, it wasn't obvious that they were couples. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she found out that right at the beginning. But it wasn't like blatantly obvious, and you could only like decipher it throughout the movie, and it was like,
Yeah, as it played out, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what they were doing.
but that's not something that's like
It's
a
like-
slow build or something. That's like something you would know right away. Like,
It's obvious.
they're
if-
actually all
if
couples.
someone's in a
okay.
relationship,
Yeah.
like with someone else and they're together,
It's like, yeah, it should
you're
be
gonna
clear.
realize, like, wait a minute,
Nothing.
they're just not being friendly.
Yeah.
They're
It's almost like he intentionally did that too. Like, there was dialogue between the captain and his wife, I guess, in the very beginning when they first woke up, and even then you couldn't tell. I mean, they had a moment where it was like she was like fixing his, like, but I still had no idea what was going on there. It was unusual, but.
And I don't think apparently Danny McBride had a wife.
Yes.
And I didn't. I was like, who
You-
is it?
I was gonna say.
Who the hell would
who
marry
is
this
it?
guy?
Yeah.
I reluctantly am disappointed by, like, I didn't want it to be bad, but I don't like it, and so I would not recommend this film. Unfortunately, save yourself $10 and some time.
I guess, yeah, to me, if I would recommend it, it's tough. I watched it last night and I'm still kind of digesting it, but I'll go ahead and say yes, just because I don't know, I still liked it in the way that I think for me, the coolest part was the aliens and the way he did that, which I thought it was visually cool enough that it's worth it to go see it once in theaters, but I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't strongly recommend it, I'll say that, but I think it's kind of cool. But if you're a big, alien fan, you might not, it might not sit well with you, so.
For the spectacle.
Yeah,
Pretty
for
good.
that, I thought, and I think, he really good at doing, he does the aliens really well, and I watched
Every
a
time
video.
they were on screen, I was like,
Yeah,
ugh.
and he did a mixture too of using both CGI and actual props, and I don't know, I think he's definitely skilled at that, so it's worth it for that.
I'll say Michael Fassbender's part is the only real interesting part of the movie, and so if you absolutely love him, then yes.
That's true. His character, you actually learn a lot more about
Yeah.
his background.
It's
And
actually
so-
beautiful.
Yeah.
The way that
He's-
they,
Yeah.
mess with androids.
His role is actually pretty, I don't want to say impressive, but interesting.
Probably,
And-
one of the
and
best parts in the movie, I would
Absolutely.
say.
So if you're a huge Michael Fassbender fan, see it.
Yeah.
If
That's
not,
true. That's a good point.
maybe not in theaters.
PSU TV is Stubtown. We do this every Monday, so for like the middle chunk of the term. If you'd like to be a part of us or find out more, you can contact at psutv.
Contact at psu.tv.
Contact at psu.tv to find out more.
This is the last one of the term.
And this is our last one this term.
Start with the full.
Have a good summer, and we'll see you this fall. It was like
A wave of waves. I like that. It's almost meta.
This is Stubtown. Welcome to Alien Covenant.
Perfect.
I don't want to do it again.
Just like that.
That felt super grungy.